Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Coalfield Chronicles. Today, we are taking a look at the third and final unit in CSX's popular Pride and Service series, CSX 3194. For each episode surrounding the Pride and Service series, I had the pleasure of speaking with their designer, Mr. Tyler Hardin. With a massive thanks to him, I'm able to bring you all an inside look as to how these units came to life. CSX 3194 first appeared on the system in the fall of 2019 as a part of CSX's Pride and Service series. The series would take key positions in our everyday lives and commemorate a locomotive to its practice, all as CSX's way of saying thank you. 3194's intricate design carefully entailed various color schemes to honor the law enforcement, and unlike 1776 and 911, was released independently of the two later in the year. In 2019, CSX partnered with Operation Gratitude, Blue Star Families, Operation Homefront, Wounded Warriors Project, and First Responders Children's Foundation as part of their Pride and Service series. However, the hands behind the design belong to Mr. Hardin. From his experience, each unit began with the drawing by hand. While working at a Toyota factory, he would spend his breaks sketching out rough concept ideas on paper. Then, once he was happy with what he had, he would take them home and relay those sketches digitally and work the design until he was satisfied, noting that it was easier to put 10 to 15 ideas on paper first rather than go the extra mile straight into the digital world. Hardin noted that the design for 3194 was his favorite of the three, yet was also the most difficult. He said, "With fire trucks, there is some variation, but 9 times out of 10, they are red and white with gold trim. However, when it comes to police departments, nearly every one is depicted differently and in different paint schemes. It was fun, and I could be creative, but it was harder to drive the concept of police car on a locomotive." Now that the series was underway and that 2 units had been done, he felt comfortable going all out in the design work to be as creative as possible. He noted that for inspiration, he observed various different police cruiser designs, and for each had to ask himself, what do these all share in common? The result was more of a hybrid, detailing intense, intricate lines along with a color palette of blue, black, and white. He also noted at one point in time, he had even wanted to put a light bar on the locomotive to resemble an actual police cruiser, but the idea was dropped. As for hardships surrounding the 3194, a major factor was once again letting other individuals take the design and modify it, as each modification stepped further from the original, yet the result was something he couldn't have been more proud of. He once again also noted the variation in cruiser design made it tough to settle on one specific design. Hardin said as well that of the 3, 3194 took the longest, with over a week in the design process through many drafts. A common question surrounding the unit is the meaning behind the road number. Once again, Hardin preferred units in the 3000 to 3100 series for the sake of their reliability. "I wanted what we painted to last, and these units I knew were reliable and would be around for a while," he said. "We tried to come up with a road number related to a TIN code used by the police department, yet nothing really worked well with what we had. We of course couldn't use 911 again, and so we just used the original road number of 3194. Hardin said that if he had have known the full extent of the series, he would have done things differently regarding the road numbers and the naming of the spirit titles. Just like 911, 3194 wore its as-delivered paint scheme, YN3B, until it was drafted for special treatment. Hardin said that to date, 3194 is one of the most intricate designs he had ever created for a locomotive. He also noted how nice it was to do something for our law enforcement. He said, "It was nice to do something to give back to them. People always love firefighters, but I feel it's a little harder to be a police officer due to the wide array of situations they are caught in and the things they have to deal with. It's also to be noted that the banner on the rear of the locomotive is dedicated to CSX's own law enforcement. They don't get much recognition. Upon release, CSX 3194 was fitted with an RS-5T horn in which it popularly still wears today. Of the three units, 3194 has probably had the most notable changes made to it. At the unveiling, it rolled out of the shops with red and blue ditch lights, which were later changed to the standard clear renditions. More recently, having been in a collision with the vehicle, the striped plow on the front of the locomotive was replaced with a normal, solid black plow. Yet, these changes are minor and does not affect the fantastic work of Mr. Hardin. 3194 can still be found running the CSX system to this day and is a fantastic display honoring our law enforcement. You will often find community police departments and such bringing their equipment trackside for staged photos as the unit passes by, demonstrating even more so the love for the unit and honoring the work of Hardin, Hendrickson, and the team at Huntington. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of the Coalfield Chronicles. A very special thank you to Tyler Hardin for the behind-the-scenes look at the creation of this unit. If you liked what you see, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss future episodes, including the remaining episode to be done on the Pride and Service series featuring the scrapped units in the project. Be sure to leave your feedback and suggestions in the comments below as well. Until next time, from the Coalfields, this is Rail Fan Micah Turner. God bless y'all. Mm-hmm.